Cleveland is on the edge of chaos, and one man's frustration could ignite a full-blown meltdown. Myles Garrett, the heartbeat of the Browns' defense, has reached his breaking point, and the fallout could change the franchise forever. Eric K. with Cam reported that the frustration in Cleveland is reaching unprecedented levels. Players are doing their best to keep emotions in check, but the tension inside the Browns' locker room is impossible to ignore. What started as quiet discontent has now escalated into a full-blown crisis. Behind the visible frustration, however, lies a simmering resolve. Determination among some of the team's top players to demand meaningful change before it's too late. At the center of this storm is Myles Garrett, Cleveland's defensive powerhouse, who has officially reached his breaking point. Sources close the team report that Garrett's patience has worn thin after weeks of watching mistakes pile up and accountability go ignored. His vocal dissatisfaction has sent shockwaves through the organization, creating a ripple effect that has left teammates uneasy and the coaching staff on edge. The situation has attracted outside attention, with rumors swirling that the Philadelphia Eagles, along with multiple other franchises, are closely monitoring the situation and preparing to make a move the moment Garrett becomes available. The speculation alone has further unsettled the locker room, amplifying the feeling that Cleveland's season, and perhaps its future, is hanging by thread. Garrett's breaking point is more than just frustration. It is call to action, sign that one of the league's premier defenders is unwilling to accept mediocrity or misplaced priorities any longer. If Myles Garrett leaves, the Browns' already fragile offense could face complete collapse. For weeks, the team has been struggling to find consistency on that side of the ball, and losing Garrett would only magnify those problems. Cleveland's defense, which has been the backbone keeping the team competitive, would suffer an enormous blow without their star pass rusher. Garrett is not just any player. He, the defensive anchor, the energy that sets the tone for the entire unit. His dominance on the field has often masked shortcomings elsewhere. But without him, the cracks in the roster could quickly become chasms. Adding fuel to the fire, Garrett has openly criticized head coach Kevin Stefanski, calling out what he perceives as favoritism toward quarterback Dylan Gabriel, while sidelining talented rookie Shedeur Sanders. For the team's most important defensive player to publicly question the coach's decisions is a serious warning sign, highlighting not just frustration, but a deep-rooted cultural and leadership problem within the Browns organization. Sources inside the locker room say this tension has divided the team, creating factions and eroding trust between players and staff. Teammates are now caught between loyalty to Garrett, whose work ethic and performances have kept the defense competitive, and loyalty to Stefanski, whose decisions have repeatedly come under scrutiny. The public nature of Garrett's criticism has only intensified the spotlight on Cleveland, leaving fans and analysts alike questioning whether the Browns' front office can stabilize a locker room that appears increasingly fractured. Inside sources reveal that the Browns' locker room is in turmoil, with clear division forming among the players. Teammates are choosing sides, some aligning with head coach Kevin Stefanski, while others are rallying behind Myles Garrett. What was once cohesive, unified squad now feels fractured, as loyalty to leadership clashes with loyalty to performance and effort on the field. Garrett, widely regarded as the heartbeat of Cleveland's defense, has openly expressed frustration with the team's handling quarterback situations and offensive inefficiencies, making his supporters question whether the coaching staff is prioritizing the right elements of the game. This internal rift has left the Browns' future hanging in the balance, with every practice, meeting, and game carrying an added layer of tension. The fans and city at large are watching anxiously, aware that the potential loss of their defensive cornerstone would be devastating. It wouldn't just mean the departure of a talented player, it would strip the team of its identity and the competitive edge that Garrett's presence has long provided. Analysts warn that if the divide grows further, It could lead to lasting consequences, creating a locker room culture plagued by distrust, diminished morale, and uncertainty about who truly leads the team both and off the field. After a humiliating loss to the Patriots, Myles Garrett didn't hold back during the post-game press conference. His words left reporters stunned as he openly criticized the lack of accountability within the team and directly questioned Kevin Stefanski's leadership decisions. Garrett made it clear that his frustration isn't personal. It's about the team's direction and its inability to perform consistently. He emphasized his relentless desire to win, regardless of the circumstances, showcasing a level of commitment that few players in the league can match. Even with the Browns struggling at quarterback and the offense collapsing under pressure, Garrett has continued to give everything on every play, making highlight reel sacks and game-saving stops. Yet, his efforts often feel wasted, overshadowed by poor execution elsewhere. By speaking out publicly, Garrett sent a strong message. He refuses to remain silent while the team flounders, and he expects leadership at every level step up and address the issues threatening Cleveland's season. Despite Myles Garrett's growing frustrations and public criticism, head coach Kevin Stefanski has reportedly dug in, seemingly more concerned with asserting control than addressing the dysfunction that has engulfed the Browns. Multiple sources suggest Stefanski may be actively pushing Garrett toward the exit, a move that has only intensified the tension within the locker room. The coach's loyalty appears to be misaligned with the team's needs, prioritizing his decisions over the performance and morale of the players who have carried the squad on their shoulders. This approach has left veterans like Garrett questioning the direction of the franchise and wondering if their efforts are truly valued. The resulting environment is one of unease and mistrust, with players caught between following the coach or supporting their defensive leader. If Stefanski continues down this path, the Browns risk not just losing a star player, but eroding the team culture entirely, jeopardizing both short-term performance and long-term stability. The trade rumors surrounding Myles Garrett have reached a fever pitch, with the Philadelphia Eagles reportedly ready to make a blockbuster move to acquire him, and the New England Patriots also closely monitoring the situation. Cleveland's front office has reportedly set an astronomical asking price, 3 first-round picks plus a player, in hopes of deterring offers. But insiders caution that Garrett's true value far exceeds any standard trade package. Analysts are drawing comparisons to other league-altering deals, highlighting how the departure of a player of Garrett's caliber could send shockwaves throughout the NFL. For the Browns, this isn't just a potential roster change. It's a strategic and cultural crossroads. Losing Garrett would leave an irreplaceable void in their defense and could destabilize a locker room already fractured by tension and dissatisfaction. As speculation continues to swirl, the potential trade has become a defining storyline, with every league observer wondering whether Cleveland can survive the fallout of letting its star defender walk. Despite the ongoing chaos surrounding the Browns, Myles Garrett continues to deliver elite performances that highlight just how indispensable he is to the team. In a recent game against the Patriots, he recorded an astonishing 5 sacks, including 2 critical plays that effectively saved the game from turning into a blowout. Each snap demonstrates his athleticism, intensity, and commitment. Yet these heroic efforts are consistently overshadowed by an offense that struggles to execute, and a coaching staff whose decisions many perceive as questionable. Stefanski's favoritism toward quarterback Dillon Gabriel, while sidelining Shedeur Sanders, has fueled frustration throughout the locker room, and Garrett's patience is visibly wearing thin. Sources close to the team note that every post-game appearance and locker room interaction reveals his mounting discontent. His body language, tone, and comments reflect a player who feels his contributions are being wasted. Even as he continues to dominate on the field, Garrett is wrestling with the reality that his hard work may not be enough to overcome systemic issues. His frustration is not just personal, it reflects a broader concern. about the direction of the franchise and whether the Browns can truly capitalize on the talent they have. Fans and media. Personalities have not held back in their reactions to the Myles Garrett situation, with Pat McAfee and other high-profile analysts weighing in heavily on the drama. Social media platforms are ablaze with Namadrun Free Garrett and Fire Stefanski hashtags, as supporters express outrage over the perceived mismanagement of the team and the potential loss of their defensive cornerstone. Analysts warn that trading a player of Garrett's caliber could have devastating consequences for the Browns, far beyond just on-field performance.